What's up, y'all? It's your girl Tru B. Jackson, and I am doing this YouTube video regarding post-tubal ligation syndrome. This is something that so many women go through on a daily basis. It ain't fun. It's not something that I wish on my worst enemy. It's something that so many women have because they say, I don't want any more kids, or child, that labor was just too much, or they are forced to have it because they're told because of health reasons when they shouldn't have them. It's just sad that there are so many women, and you hear about it, and then in my mind I knew I shouldn't have, but then they were telling me I could die the next time, and I'm like, God, I've been through so much. I've been in a car accident where I done flipped off an overpass bridge with my family. I've had spinal meningitis. I've almost been killed by the hands of an ex-husband. I've been this, I've been that, I've been this, and I'm still here. And I allowed man to put something in me that I believed them when they said, you won't have pain. You won't even know that it's there. Whew. They didn't tell me that I was going to feel like I was being stabbed every day. They didn't tell me that when me and my husband would be together that it would hurt me. They didn't tell me that I wouldn't be able to eat certain foods because it would make the metal taste more. When I use the fork, I can taste the metal of the fork instead of the food. Excuse me. They didn't tell me that touching water would feel like I was being electrocuted. They didn't tell me that standing up would be bad. They didn't tell me that sitting down would hurt me. They didn't tell me that going to the restroom would hurt. They didn't tell me that I would have anxiety. They didn't tell me that I would have energy to do anything. They didn't tell me that I would be depressed. They didn't tell me that I would have night sweats. They didn't tell me that this would poison my system, and that it would change my life. I made a promise. I said, God, if you allow someone to take these things out of me, I would tell everybody I know. I will be an advocate. And that's what I'm doing. I go to my doctor, my new gynecologist. I go to see them in September, the first week, full week of September. And I'm so happy because I think I'm believing and having faith that I'm going to be normal again. I'm not going to have to go through this. If you see the changing, I was sitting on my bed. I got up too fast. Whew. I'm going to sit down so I can give you guys a little educational. You hear the video in the back. I was looking at some other women, Christine Smith. She talks about it on YouTube. We have a hormonal symptom caused by tubal ligation. They talk about that. It's so many different things that is literally that is terrible. And if you have any of these symptoms, you might want to really go and talk to your doctor. So you've heard my story. I had to get this because I was already at high risk and I really had a hard time, and they thought they were going to lose me when I gave birth to my son. So anyway, what is post-tubal ligation syndrome? Post-tubal ligation syndrome is a term used to describe the variety of symptoms that may occur after a tubal ligation. Symptoms that may frequently report include increased menstrual bleeding, cramps, hot flashes, night sweats, irritability. I can't say that word, irritability, and mood swings. Blah, 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 blah. What are the symptoms of the post-tubal ligation syndrome? You have heavy periods, painful periods, hot flashes, irritability, mood swings, insomnia, decreased sex drive, and I do apologize if you see me closing my eye like this. it's because my right eye, I can barely see. So we're gonna go ahead and do this. That's better. Sorry guys, I was told before, put your glasses on, cuz, by one of my cousins. So here I go. Keep on reading about some of the symptoms. It took me all the way over to the page. So we said decreasing your sex drive, anxiety, depression, memory changes. Okay, memory changes. Guys, when I tell you, it's frustrating when you talk to someone and they tell you like 4 times, like, Trudy, you already told me that. That is like really, so I understand what people who have Alzheimer's and they forget something and they repeat themselves. In my mind, it's like, you already said that, but then I still repeat myself. So, headaches, have headaches all the time, brittle nails, hair loss, feeling of dread and apprehension, itchy skin, joint pains, vertigo, and dizziness. The symptoms above are primary symptoms associated with tubal ligation syndromes, but there are many more attribute symptoms. What causes post-tubal ligation? So, post-tubal ligation is thought to occur as a direct result of having a tubal ligation. Okay, so it actually causes the PTLS, which is unknown. The actual cause of it is unknown. Some have skeptical tubal skepticalated tubal ligation disrupts the blood supply underneath the tube that causes dysfunctioning of the ovary and alterates the ovarium and the hormonal production. And most current research that they've done, they see that the tubal ligation has no adverse effects on ovarian or hormonal production. So the existence of this PTLS is controversial. Many healthcare providers are not supportive of the diagnosis. So they saying we crazy. And that's a lie. So anyway, so they says the extent of the post-tubal ligation syndrome is controversial, as I stated. So they're claiming to have this and the secondary pain. They're like, blah, blah, blah. Women, shut up. You're liars. So with the post-tubal ligation, also, what is the treatment? You have patients who have tubal reversal surgery. They report many of the symptoms they leave. Many of the women will have normal findings at the time of the surgery, but over 90% will report improvement after having this tubal reversal. Approximately 10% will report no changes in their symptoms and diagnosis. And of another medical condition will be cause for their symptoms. Now, like I said, I've had a head injury, so I already have vertigo. They said I have post-stress disorder, but with these symptoms, it's increased. It's made it worse. So one lady indicated, and this was May the 14th, she indicated of this year, 9 months after she had her tubes tied during a C-section, she had her first vertigo attack. She said she was weak, fatigued, nauseated, tremors. The doctors didn't know what was wrong. They was saliva tested her hormones and have low progesterone and estrone ratio. The vertigo that she had seemed to happen during a certain time of the month. She's already got 6 kids that need their mom back, and is always in bed feeling unwell, headaches, head pressure, etc. So I definitely understand about this. So even when you look at how many women, if I put in how many women have post-tubal ligation syndrome, I just want to know, like, what is the roughage amount of that? Okay, so this is what freaked me out. And it says either you produce your Procedure stops eggs from traveling from your ovaries into your fallopian tubes. The egg is normally fertilized by the sperm. Tubal ligation and tubal implants are considered to be permanent methods of birth control for women. They are usually done by a gynecologist. Okay, so where does the egg go from this? It will either travel. It says if a woman has sex during her fertilization period, the egg will meet the sperm. Y'all know that's not what happens. They said that your egg is absolutely reabsorbed in your body. Is that healthy? No. They said it can prevent ovarian cancer, but I don't believe that. I heard differently. So this is something that is crazy and it hurts and I'm tired of it and I can't wait to get it done and me put back together. If I have more children, if that's God's will, then that's what happens. But he would rather for me to be healthy for my children alive and produce more children than to me to be unhealthy and die from my system being poisoned by this titanium clamp that they have in my body called a filshie clamp. It's now, my baby was born in 2010. It's 2017 and I've been suffering way too long. I have to get back up to maybe keep my feet from going numb and move around a little bit my legs because they'll become stiff. But then after my cycle has just went off, I feel pains in my stomach and feel like I'm being stabbed. But I have to do that every 5 to 10 minutes or every 11 minutes to get this done. So find me on Facebook under Miss Trudy Jackson, and that is Miss Trudy is together, MRSTRUDY space Jackson. Hope you guys subscribe to my channel, and I'm standing in my pain to help somebody else not have to go through it. Thanks for watching, guys.